Timberland Herbal Connections, your locally owned dispensary. Timberland Herbal Connections is located across the street from the Waterfront Pavilion right off Main Street. Don't want to leave home? Timberland Herbal Connections is now offering delivery in the greater Bangor area.
Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. Our top story tonight, newly unsealed court documents reveal new graphic details regarding the Perry woman who was murdered in her home back in April, and a warning those details may be upsetting for sensitive viewers.
43-year-old Kimberly Neptune was found dead in her home and was discovered by her brother. The newly released documents show Neptune had been stabbed 484 times. According to an affidavit from the Washington County Superior Court, Neptune's body had wounds on her legs, stomach, neck, and head when her body was discovered wrapped in a blanket. 39-year-old Danelle Dana and 38-year-old Kaylee Brackett were charged with murder. According to the court documents, Dana and Brackett knew Neptune personally and planned to rob her. Dana and Brackett are both being held at the Washington County Jail without bail.
A New York man accused of killing 3 people has been arrested in Bar Harbor. Sergeant Lee Guilford of the Bar Harbor Police Department says 29-year-old Travis Blake was arrested on a fugitive from justice charge around 6 p.m. on Thursday. Blake is wanted in connection with a triple homicide in Queens, New York last week. He's accused of killing his estranged girlfriend, 55-year-old Carlene Barnett, her 36-year-old son, Dervin Brightly, and her 22-year-old niece, Vershana Malcolm. The New York Police Department had asked for the public's help finding him. Guilford says they received word from several sources that Blake was in Bar Harbor. He says working with the state police tactical team, they were able to arrest him without incident while he was walking on Eden Street.
Police have arrested a man in connection with a double homicide in Auburn last month. According to Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, 34-year-old David Barnett of Bristol, Connecticut was arrested in Rockville, Maryland on a warrant for murder. That arrest stems from the June 19th killings of 21-year-old Kelsey Caron and 21-year-old Pierre Langlois of Connecticut at a home in Auburn, Maine. Moss says Barnett was taken into custody without incident. She says Barnett also holds a nationwide warrant out of New York for a parole violation on a prior robbery charge and will be held at the Montgomery County Correction Center pending extradition proceedings. The investigation into the murders is ongoing, and anyone with information regarding that case is encouraged to contact the Auburn Police Department or Maine State Police.
A Guilford woman accused of embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars from the company she worked for has been indicted by the Piscataquis County Grand Jury. 51-year-old Terry Moulton was a booker at Do-It Machine Fabrication in Medford for more than 12 years. An investigation by the Piscataquis County Sheriff's Office revealed she allegedly forged checks, made unauthorized ATM withdrawals, made unauthorized purchases, and paid personal bills with the company credit card. Records show there were several occasions where Moulton allegedly forged the payroll multiple times in a week. Between January 2019 and February 2022, Moulton allegedly forged 194 checks, totaling more than $200,000. She also allegedly spent more than $300,000 using the company's credit card. Moulton was indicted on theft and forgery charges.
The motorcycle car collision that took the life of a Glenburn man recently has sparked awareness to the rising number of motorcycle fatalities across the state. As our Sierra Jordan reports, there are growing concerns that this year's numbers may quickly surpass last year's.
Cars can be the biggest danger to motorcyclists. The leading cause of motorcycle deaths is drivers not being able to see them in their mirrors.
You know, when I get on my motorcycle, just like most folks that ride, it's downtime, it's alone time, it's in your head time to clear your mind.
After riding for over 30 years, Martinez says he can't enjoy the ride as much as he used to with the number of motorcycle deaths on the rise.
In the state of Maine has had 18 fatal motorcycle crashes this year. This is only half of the year has expired. And last year, all of 2021, there were 21 motorcycle crashes.
Most recently, a 61-year-old man was killed in a motorcycle crash after colliding with a vehicle on Route 15 in Glenburn. Last week, a 47-year-old Bangor woman died after crashing into a telephone pole without wearing a helmet in New Hampshire.
It's almost a minute, and they're looking down at the telephone or the bottom of their steering wheel, and they're drifting over, and I try to get by them as quickly as I can within reason.
Other contributing factors include speed, distracting, and impaired driving from car drivers.
I've actually been hit from behind on a motorcycle when somebody's been on their cell phone.
However, officials say motorcyclists who don't wear a helmet are at greater risk of becoming severely injured or dead.
It wasn't for all the gear. I was wearing a heavy leather jacket, gloves, everything, and of course the helmet, and all those things, saved my life for sure.
AAA, along with the Bureau, is reminding folks to be aware of their surroundings and provide enough room for motorcyclists on the roads.
We can share the road, use a little common sense. I'm so tired of people pulling out in front of me. Ride within your limits.
I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The Lincoln Police Department is asking for the public's help identifying the person or persons responsible for a string of burglaries that took place Thursday morning. According to Lincoln PD, a Kubota ATV was stolen from Dark Bark Mulch. They say Lincoln Public Works and Ireland's Rubbish Collection Service were also burglarized. Taken in the burglaries were tools, generators, and catalytic converters for multiple vehicles. The ATV and other items have been recovered. Police are developing information regarding the identity of the suspect or suspects, but anyone with additional information is asked to call Detective Stuart Jacobs at 794-8455.
Well, as outbreaks of avian flu continue to emerge in small groups of non-commercial backyard birds, Maine animal health officials are urging caution. Officials say they will continue their advisory, which recommends that competitions, exhibitions, shows, swaps, and other in-person events that include gathering or commingling of domestic fowl or poultry be canceled or postponed. Officials say they usually see a drop-off in avian flu once summer hits, but that is not the case this summer. They are now advising that all applicable events be canceled or postponed until at least 30 days after the last detection of an infected flock in Maine.
All right. So certainly a growing issue here in the state of Maine, but one that we are keeping an eye out for.
And, I have a lot of friends who have, a few chickens or ducks or, what have you. So this is a big issue just for private citizens who don't want to see, their household animals, their pets, be negatively impacted.
Yeah.
And sometimes it sounds like because it's carried in wild birds, there's not always a lot of control in whether wild birds mingle with yours.
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously if you can keep those birds inside, it's good to do that.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's take a look outside and see what's coming our way with a first look at the forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. Your first weather is brought to you by Goose River Farm Meat Store. All right, so another nice and warm day out there today all across the state. Some 80s with Bangor coming in at 82, Waterville at 85, a little bit cooler with 70s by the coast. But look at Lewiston in the upper 80s out there. So really close to 90 degrees on the western part of the state. And we are also precipitation free for most of us close to Bangor, but that is a whole different story closer to Caribou, as they did have a little bit of thunderstorm action not that long ago. But we are all not in the clear, as more rain will be moving in very, very shortly. But winds are another problem out there, as they are blowing from the south from the coast, as Bar Harbor has a 13-mile-per-hour wind. Bangor out here around a 12-mile-per-hour wind, gusting near 25. So not looking too bad, just a little bit on the breezy end. But later on tonight, temperatures will continue to drop and rain will continue to move in. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much. We'll be waiting for more detail on that in just a little while.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10 in Bucksport, a local business owner looks to bring community members together by showing a reboot of an 80s classic.
And Blue Shift Aerospace has found a new home for its sustainable space complex. We'll have those stories and more after this short break.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
I served in the Army and was named the National Military Mother of the Year. I care deeply about our national security, and that's why I'm speaking out against the left's attacks on America's tech innovators. Their bill will empower China to beat America militarily and economically, and make it easier for Chinese hackers to steal our online data. I don't see how any Republican senator can support this liberal agenda. Tell Senate conservatives to reject the left's bill.
Breakdowns, collisions, things happen on the road unexpectedly. But here at Phil's Towing, we understand. With years of experience, our friendly professionals are here for you when you need them the most, no matter how big the task or vehicle is. At Phil's Towing, with our heavy-duty trucks, we guarantee an arrival time of 30 minutes or less and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Give us a call at Phil's Towing. Anytime, anywhere, anything.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
Rafael Devers leads the Red Sox against Wilson Contreras and the Cubs. Baseball Night in America, tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
Sunday, it's the inaugural USFL Championship game, live on Fox. From the Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Case Cookins and the Philadelphia Stars battle Jamar Smith and the Birmingham Stallions. The USFL Championship game, Sunday at 7:30 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back, everybody. Former Governor Paul LePage was on the campaign trail today, making a stop in Holden at the police station. LePage spoke with members of the department, including Chief Chris Greeley, as well as members of the community and the media. He touched on topics including recent Supreme Court decisions, and he spoke about his stance on abortion rights in the state of Maine.
Roe v. Wade has not been overturned in the state of Maine. It was codified in 1993 by the way, a Republican governor. And I have no reason whatsoever to challenge that. The heating oil crisis that we're facing this winter, the food crisis that we're facing, those are the issues that we have to be talking about. I am not going any further with the topic of abortion. It's just not on my radar.
LePage will face off against current Governor Janet Mills in November.
Well, ahead of this weekend's festival in Bucksport and 4th of July celebrations, a local business owner is looking to bring community members together by showing a reboot of an 80s classic. Our AJ Douglas has the story.
After a 2-year hiatus, the historic Alamo Theater reopened their doors in May, showing one film each week. This week, in light of the 80s theme Bucksport Festival, the theater will feature a new Top Gun Maverick movie to give folks one more reason to come together.
We wanted to show something popular and people seem to be flocking to it, so it seemed like a good sort of bet for everyone.
Executive Director of the Northeast Historic Films, David Wise, says the theater hopes to gradually see more people coming through the doors.
The audience was very small at the beginning. People were out of practice. We were out of practice. And it's only slowly kind of growing. We're hoping to see big crowds finally showing up.
The showing of Top Gun will be in partnership with the town of Bucksport to allow ticket sales at a discounted rate of $5. The biggest goal is to give people the opportunity to spend time together in person.
It's all very well to sit on your couch and watch on 70-inch plasma, but it's a lot more fun with a crowd of people. Sit with your community rather than just at your house. I think people are ready to be out and about a little bit.
The Alamo Theater will also be showing classic 80s film, The Goonies. following the 80s bike ride later this month.
There's kind of a feeling of going back in time when you're in Bucksport. It's just really nice here, and it kind of reminded us a little bit of like some of the 80s movies we remember, like E.T. and Goonies, where kids would always be riding their bikes around.
The community bike ride is open to everyone July 21st at 5 o'clock. Bikers should plan to meet at the Elm Street Church. In Bucksport, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
And staying right there, the Bucksport beautification team is working to make some major changes to the downtown. The Parklet initiative aims to transform Bucksport's downtown area into a greener space. The community hopes to bring more people together, and the long-term plans would also include making downtown more walkable for elderly and disabled community members.
The whole goal really is to kind of make it into one big park. Even though we have a main street going through it, we want to tie together better the waterfront.
The town is working with Maine Department of Transportation to get permission to work on a demo parklet.
Meanwhile, Blue Shift Aerospace recently found a new home for its sustainable space complex. Our Matthew Juroncic has the story and more on how it looks to inspire the next generation of STEM students.
Brunswick-based Blue Shift Aerospace announced it has selected Steuben as the site for its sustainable space complex. The decision comes after the company scrapped its plans of making Jonesport the destination for its launch site after local fishermen expressed concerns with how the launches would affect the environment. Steuben's town manager told us years ago they had an opportunity to host the now well-known Jackson Laboratories, but passed. He says that was not a mistake they're going to make again. Challenger Executive Director Kirsten Hibbard is excited about the potential opportunities for younger generations to benefit from the company's presence.
So we're so excited about what aerospace just announced yesterday. Our missions really focus on STEM careers for Maine students. Well, Blue Shift Aerospace is a perfect example of possible STEM careers that our students can do so that they can live and work in Maine.
With the town known for its variety of skilled workers from welding to mechanics, Blue Shift CEO Sasha Derry decided to take advantage of this when picking the location.
We're about to demonstrate how those same people can build and manufacture rockets here in Maine. I like to say that designing rockets is rocket science, but building them is really shipbuilding. And that is what Mainers are already good at. So many of those folks already had the inherent skill sets that we needed for manufacturing our rockets.
Derry says the company does a lot of work connecting with kids, and Hibbard believes the more students are exposed to these programs, the more likely they'll enter the STEM industry.
Blue Shift actually met with us virtually and spoke with our students, and so talked about their company, talked about their launch, talked about the payload the students are doing. So really, Blue Shift has done a wonderful job with their outreach to try to connect with students and put a face, with a place and with a career.
Matthew Juroncic, ABC 7, Fox 22.
And still to come on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, President Biden meets by video conference with a group of Democratic governors intending on protecting abortion rights.
And nearly 2 dozen people are dead following a Russian airstrike on Ukrainian residential areas. Those stories and more in the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
It's graduation time, and alas, many are not exactly sure what their new qualification will bring them. But for the clever few, well, they know that Toyota could reward their hard work with an impressive $500 rebate on any new Toyota. That's right, recent and soon-to-be college grads could get a $500 rebate over and above already great Toyota financing offers. So see your New England Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hammond Lumber is the country's largest stocking dealer of Shoremaster products. You don't have to wait to get the dock system you want when you choose Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Niecy Nash hosts a new music game show.
You are killing it!
Where contestants have to know all the lyrics or it's
bye, bye, bye.
And with $1 million on the line,
feels like I'm going to lose my mind.
Girl, you don't know how many days I felt like that.
Don't forget the lyrics. All new Monday on Fox.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
After a nearly week-long trip in Europe, President Biden is shifting gears, turning his focus to the challenges at home. Top of mind is the fight over abortion rights. Fox's Madeline Rivera is in Washington with the latest.
Faced with growing pressure to take executive action on abortion rights, President Biden held a virtual meeting with Democratic governors working to shore up access to the procedure in their states.
Your zip code should not determine your rights.
The administration is struggling with few options. President Biden urged a Senate suspension of the 60-vote threshold required to pass most legislation to make it easier for abortion rights to become law. However, even he admits the Senate will likely never do so without the support of Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema.
We don't have the votes in the Senate to change the filibuster at the moment. That means we need 2 more votes now.
A Fox News poll shows 51% of voters think abortion should be legal all or most of the time. The split leaving some to wonder whether a middle ground can be reached.
We've seen polls for a long time that a majority of Americans opposed striking down Roe v. Wade, but at the same time they supported serious restrictions on abortion nationwide.
But several pro-choice advocates disagree and are vowing to take the fight all the way to the ballot box.
We must increase the political pressure so that politicians who pass these laws have no place to hide and are held to account for the consequences of their cruel policies.
An AP poll shows 22% of Americans consider women's or abortion rights a top priority. That's up from just 8% in December. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Russian aggression continues in Ukraine. Nearly 24 people are dead following a suspected Russian airstrike on residential areas near the port city of Odessa. Fox's Nate Foy has more from Lviv.
Tonight, Russia denies targeting civilians after a missile strike near the port city of Odessa. Ukrainian authorities say at least 21 people were killed, including 2 children, at an apartment complex and recreation center. According to a spokesperson for Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, "The Russian Federation armed forces do not target civilian objects and civilian infrastructure sites. They do target munition warehouses, facilities where military vehicles are repaired and equipped, and places of concentration and training mercenaries, foreign mercenaries included," end quote. The attack comes on the same day a British and Moroccan fighter appealed their death sentences by a pro-Russian court. And in the same week as deadly missile strikes on civilians in Kremenchuk, Kharkiv, and Mykolaiv. Addressing Ukrainian parliament today, President Volodymyr Zelensky told lawmakers they must do everything possible to gain full European Union membership.
Our path to membership must not take years, decades. We have to cover this path quickly. To what extent that is possible is up to us.
Zelensky also thanking the United States for $800 million in new military aid, as Russian forces make small gains around Lysychansk, with civilians stuck between 2 armies.
It's even scary to talk about that. It's very dangerous.
According to the Pentagon, the U.S. has trained 1,200 Ukrainian troops on Western weapons throughout the war. This includes the HIMARS rocket system, which is currently in use, but 4 more of those systems are set to arrive in Ukraine by the middle of this month. Reporting in Lviv, Ukraine, I'm Nate Foy, Fox News.
While WNBA star Brittany Griner appears in a Moscow courtroom for the first day of trial, the athlete's family is pleading with U.S. officials to secure her release. Fox's Amy Kellogg has more.
American basketball star Brittany Griner standing trial on drug charges just outside Moscow on Friday. During the hearing, the judge listened to testimony from witnesses, including an airport customs official. Griner's next court date was set for July 7th.
2 prosecution witnesses were called. Everything is going according to the plan, strictly by the book.
The Phoenix Mercury star was arrested in Moscow back in February. Authorities say they found vape cartridges in her luggage that contained cannabis-derived oil. On Friday, the judge formally told Griner she's charged with intentionally importing narcotics into Russia. U.S. officials say she was wrongfully detained.
I can assure you that the United States government at the very highest levels is working very hard to bring Ms. Griner, as well as all wrongfully detained U.S. citizens, safely home.
In Russia, less than 1% of criminal defendants are acquitted. But unlike in the U.S., an acquittal can be overturned. Griner's wife is pleading with the Biden administration to do more to secure Brittany's release.
This is not our typical system. So BG is not walking into a situation where there is a balance of justice.
Russian media has speculated that Griner could be swapped for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. He's currently serving a 25-year sentence for conspiring to sell weapons intended to kill Americans. If convicted on drug charges, Griner faces up to 10 years in prison. In Milan, Italy, Amy Kellogg, Fox News.
To come on Fox 22 News at 10, millions of Americans are expected to fly this weekend, and those travelers will be facing cancellations and delays at airports across the country.
We'll have that story and much more right after the break.
America's best bakers race to gather the clues and bake the mystery dessert.
But did you make the right dessert?
Crime Scene Kitchen, Tuesdays at 8 on Fox.
Folks from all across Maine have discovered that all roads lead to down east. This summer, we hope that you will come visit us too. While here, you can take a river walk, go on a historic tour, take the kids to the museum, or buy a new 2022 Toyota Tacoma or Highlander at 1.75% APR for 48 months. Come visit the Twin Cities this summer and be sure to snap a selfie with Paul. All roads lead to Down East Toyota on Wilson Street in Brewer.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
He's the GOAT.
He wishes he was the GOAT.
Please, your guy's a joke.
I know my guy's the GOAT.
Heated argument? Cool it down with a Mitsubishi electric heat pump from Dave's World, the GOAT of heat pump installers.
What could possibly be better than our annual tent sale? Wait a minute, I have a better idea. How about a no tent sale?
He's right. Dorsey's has scoured their warehouses and suppliers for discontinued, slightly damaged, one-of-a-kind furniture and mattresses. You'll find great tent sale discounts of up to 50% off throughout our showroom. They save the cost of the tent, security, and weather damage and pass the savings on to you. Genius.
It's simple. Less cost for us, more savings for you, my friend.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
ABC 7, Fox 22, C&K Variety, and Prouty Auto Body want to send you to see Keith Urban live in concert on his The Speed of Now World Tour with special guest Ingrid Andress, Saturday, July 23rd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at C&K Variety in Herman and Prouty Auto Body in Dover Foxcroft. Win tickets to see Keith Urban July 23rd on the Bangor waterfront.
Welcome back. While the summer sun is making temperatures on land hot, mermaid enthusiasts are sharing just how cool the growing underwater trend is becoming. Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer has a special look.
Get ready to take the plunge as we deep dive into mermaiding, a growing trend making a big splash here in the United States and around the world. With thousands of merfolk praising the activity that celebrates inclusivity, community, exploration, and even education.
Through this sort of like silly, frivolous activity, right, dressing up and swimming around, you can use this as a platform to teach kids about our waterways.
But back in the early days, mermaiding wasn't so accessible. The vibrant tales were primarily custom made, cost thousands of dollars, and could weigh close to 50 pounds. Over time, a wider selection of cheaper tales made with lighter materials started flooding the market, helping mermaiding transform into a multi-million-dollar industry while providing more opportunities to those curious to try it.
It's one thing that helps me to bring back my sanity. I tend to be relaxed when I do mermaiding because the movement.
And people can't seem to get enough, with local groups of merpeople called pods working to spread their skills.
We really have the opportunity to teach people how to do things safely and foundationally.
While it seems purely fun, the unique activity is also highly credible, with some of the world's top scuba diving organizations now offering official mermaiding courses. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
Well, a Florida community is in shock after a child is hit by lightning Thursday afternoon. Fox's Catherine Hawley has that story.
Something told me to look up, and when I did, I mean, it was so fast, so quick. It was just unbelievable.
Debbie Daniels tells us she was sitting at Williams Park near the boat ramp Thursday when she saw a flash of lightning right over the water.
When the boat come up, as it was approaching the dock, the biggest lightning bolt just come out of nowhere.
She says she immediately knew someone on board had been struck. People started to panic, and a woman was yelling for help.
There was somebody sitting straddling him and pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to get his heart started. I hit my knees and started praying and crying, and oh my God, it was terrible.
Hillsborough County Fire Rescue tells Fox 13 News the victim was rushed to the hospital in critical condition.
He wasn't breathing, responding.
Debbie says at the time of the tragedy, it wasn't even raining at the boat ramp.
It was beautiful, but you could hear the thunder and see the lightning in spots.
That's the thing with lightning. The skies don't have to be dark and gloomy.
It's possible that lightning can strike as far as 10 to 12 miles from a thunderstorm. So if you can hear thunder and it's not raining outside, just the idea of hearing thunder is enough to stay in a safe place until you really don't hear thunder anymore.
Florida ranks first in the country for lightning strikes. The odds of being struck by a bolt in a given year are less than 1 in a million, and almost 90% of victims do survive. Still, lightning kills around 20 people each year in the U.S., and hundreds more are injured. Debbie is praying this latest victim will be one of the lucky ones.
I'm worried, I'm shocked. I hold faith, tight to faith. And I know he'll be all right.
Meanwhile, flight cancellations and delays soaring this holiday weekend, leaving many travelers frustrated. Fox's Madison Allworth has the latest from Newark Liberty International Airport.
Airlines are struggling to get flights off the ground, and a surge of holiday travelers this weekend is only making the situation tougher. 3.5 million Americans are expected to take to the skies this weekend. That's up from last year. And experts fear the volume of travelers will push airports to the breaking point.
I do get stressed sometimes, especially when the airport looks like this. It's actually pretty packed.
This travel nightmare unfolding for weeks now at airports across the country. Major unions representing airline workers say at least 15% of flights that carriers originally planned for June through August have been dropped, with not enough staff to operate them.
We went through a lot with the pandemic.
a lot of operational challenges, one we're experiencing now with our staffing crisis. We feel management is capable of solving that problem by not overscheduling the airline.
More passengers, fewer flights, and fewer workers. A recipe for disaster.
Our flight on American was delayed because of crew, so we're going to miss our connection.
Over the last 5 days, there have been hundreds of flights canceled each day, leading up to the 4th of July holiday weekend. AAA saying this holiday weekend is expected to be the busiest in years.
I think it's our busiest summer since the pandemic. I think there's certainly been some challenges in the industry that we're hearing with overcapacity and trying to meet the demand.
As long as the flight isn't delayed or canceled, that's fine, but that's what you get insurance for at the same time.
If you're traveling this weekend, make sure you arrive to the airport early and stay on top of flight alerts. At Newark Liberty International Airport, I'm Madison Allworth, Fox Business.
And as we head into the holiday weekend, the price of your July 4th cookout could see a little rise this year. Fox's Grady Trimble hosting his own backyard barbecue in Naperville, Illinois.
We've got a great spread at our 4th of July cookout, but yours is going to cost you a lot more than it did last year. The American Farm Bureau Federation says Americans will pay about 17% more for their 4th of July cookout compared to a year ago. We've got our producer Phil on the grill as we go item by item to show you how much more each item is going to cost. We'll start with ground beef, up 36% from last year. Chicken breast up 33%, and they trust me to cook the pork and the beans. Those are up 33% from a year ago. Here's our side table with all of the fixins. The must-haves like hamburger buns, those are up 16% from last year. Potato salad right in front of those, that's up 19% from last year. And fresh squeezed lemonade, got to have that on a hot July day. That's up 22% from last year. I want to draw your attention to this side of the table because if you only want to feed your guests items that have gone down in price from a year ago, here's all you'll have to serve: potato chips, sliced cheese, and strawberries. And by the way, even our decorations cost more than they did last year. We got these at Dollar Tree where everything used to be $1, now $1.25 for these decorations. Everything going up in price this 4th of July, except for a few items. But you can enjoy a cookout nonetheless. Just don't drive too far because gas prices way up from a year ago, too. In Naperville, Illinois, Grady Trimble, Fox Business.
Well, here's hoping folks have their coupons ready.
Yep.
Maybe doing a little comparison shopping, seeing where they can get the best deal wherever possible.
Absolutely, and wishing everyone a very happy and safe 4th of July holiday weekend.
And what's the weather going to be looking like? Well, the full 5 day is coming up. Stay with us.
Once again, some heat out there today, nice and toasty for all of us across the state. Lots of 80s out there and even some 90s. How long will that heat stick around? I'll have all of that coming up.
Work hard, play hard with the ultimate work and play truck, the Toyota Tacoma Access Cab. Make this your ultimate summer with the ultimate deal during the Toyota Summer Sales Event, because you can get 1.75% APR financing on the ultimate Tacoma that includes 2 years no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense. Tacoma, named Best Buy of the Year among mid-size pickups. So work hard, play hard. But first, see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
A
Alien Tape is the incredible new advanced grip technology tape that instantly locks anything into place without screws or anchors. Alien Tape comes right off because it doesn't use adhesive. There's more. Alien Tape is reusable. Remove it, rinse it, and reuse it. Use it again and it's just as strong. Call or go online to get your roll of the incredible Alien Tape for $19.99 plus shipping and processing. Order today and you can get 2 additional rolls of Alien Tape absolutely free. 3 rolls of Alien Tape for one low price. Click or call now.
The Midsummer Classic is back in Tinseltown. The MLB All-Star Game, July 19th on Fox.
And your main weather is brought to you by Varney Ford. Come visit them and see their huge selection of cars and trucks. The nice car and truck people. So it is a little bit windy out there today, folks. More on the breezy end across the state, as most of us have around a 5 to 15 mile per hour wind. That is the sustained winds. The gusts are near 25 to 30, so a windy one out there today, and it's really blowing everything around out there, especially that pollen at this time of year is very high for trees, looking green, which is low for grass and weeds, but mold is also on the moderate end. So if you have any allergies, be careful out there because that wind is really blowing things around out there. And because of that, we do also have some small craft advisories that are in effect until the morning hours on Saturday because of the wind. So if you're out and about on a small craft, really keep an eye on the waves out there. And more rain showers will be moving in very, very shortly as the northern part of the state already seeing a little bit of action out there. A line of thunderstorms that just passed by Caribou, and now just some thicker clouds closer to Bangor. And more rain showers will be moving in as a whole batch of rain moves in by Saturday. And then it continues into the overnight hours before we finally clear out by Sunday. And then we look really nice with a good amount of sunshine for our Sunday. So a nice and enjoyable day out there in the next couple of days. But right now we had temperatures in the 80s, now in the 70s, but our high today was around 82, 73 in Bar Harbor, 76 in Rockland, and 86 in Augusta. Same thing in Waterville, just a degree cooler than that. But overall, really nice and warm out there. More like beach weather, like I like to call it. Nice and crisp weather out there. But tonight, whole different story with that rain moving in, especially late overnight as that rain really moves in, more so in the morning hours as temperatures hover in the mid 60s out there. Tomorrow it's going to get really nice and warm once again in the 80s out there with mostly cloudy skies, and then some thunderstorms. Well, some showers and thunderstorms will be rolling in very, very shortly. And our 5-day outlook does show the sun back by Sunday and, of course, by our 4th of July on Monday with temperatures in the 80s, and then we cool off by Tuesday and Wednesday with some more rain showers and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Beth?
Nice to see the rain's kind of pushed off towards Tuesday, leaving Monday at least largely clear. That's good to know.
Yeah, overall looking like a very nice weekend.
Indeed.
All right, more to come after the break. Stay with us. Oh, yeah, sports.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-209-5197 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
This year, there's a whole new season to love what we love.
Burnhouse, winning, racing.
I am NASCAR.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, you probably heard at this point the flurry of reports that were boiling over last night saying it was only a matter of time until former Black Bear Jim Montgomery was introduced as the Bruins' next head coach, and that time was today. The Bruins have made it official. Monty will be the 29th head coach in franchise history, coming to Boston on a reported 3-year deal worth roughly $2 million a season. According to Pierre LeBrun of Sportsnet, Montgomery was let go as head coach of the Dallas Stars in 2019 before entering rehab to address a struggle with alcohol, but returned to the NHL as a St. Louis Blues assistant. After the hire was made official, Bruins general manager Don Sweeney had high praise for the former Black Bear, saying, quote, "Jim has a winning history, and throughout the interview process, he conveyed his ability to connect with all types of players while also demanding that his team play with structure." We are excited for Jim to begin to make his imprint on our team, and we can expect to hear from Monty and the Bruins more later this month. For now, though, let's stay on the ice, because history will be made this winter when the first ever girls varsity hockey team north of Winslow takes the ice. Tyler Cruz has more.
You know, they're going to blaze a trail on this thing.
This winter, there's a new team taking the ice at Penobscot Ice Arena, and they'll be making history when they do it.
So cool. I'm so excited. I can tell my kids about this, and it's kind of like a flex.
They'll go by the Penobscot Pioneers, and they skate out for their first official practice on November 7th, becoming the first ever varsity girls hockey program north of Winslow.
Now they finally get to have a team that's way closer to home and represents them. That's just something that should happen more places.
Girls from Bangor, Hamden, Brewer, Old Town, Orono, Herman, and John Baptist are all coming together to form the Pioneers Co-op.
There's a lot of people, a lot of new people, which I'm happy to build friendships with.
One girl on the team, Jordan Williams from Brewer, has girls varsity hockey experience, playing with the Winslow team last winter.
I really liked the team last year too, but it's cool for the girls in this area to have more opportunity because I know that some of them can't drive that far. I got really lucky being able to.
On Thursday, the team met for the first time, and they voted to be called the Pioneers over the Icebreakers.
I like the gold. It's going to look nice.
I like it. I like it, honestly.
I like it.
It looks clean. It's very clean.
I think it's fitting. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
With just one skate as a team, the girls can tell they have what it takes to compete this season.
I think we have a lot of potential to be doing very good this year. And even if they're not that good yet, you can tell that they're all very athletic.
They all hope that the Pioneers continue to build up girls hockey around the region to the point where maybe one day we'll have more than one team for the area.
You know, at some point maybe one of us is able to stand alone on, with our own team, and, we can continue to grow and, have multiple schools individually that have girls hockey. It's a great sport.
Reporting from Brewer, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you, Tyler. So hopefully it is just the start of a greater trend in the area. Let's heat things back up now, though, and talk some summer football. We're officially into July, and that means the Main Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic is fast approaching. Here's a look at some of the key dates leading up to the game on July 16th. Things really get started on the 9th with the annual golf tournament this year down in Litchfield at the Meadows Golf Course. Then the following week, training camp begins for the players. They'll gather at Foxcroft Academy to get ready for the main event. On Friday the 15th, the Anna Shrine Temple will host the annual banquet with the return of the classic East versus West Lobster Bowl format set to begin at 4 p.m. on Saturday the 16th from Lewiston High School. We'll have all this information and the full rosters up on our website at foxbangor.com. For now, though, let's finish with the Celtics because Brad Stevens was hard at work in NBA free agency. First, the Celtics are acquiring point guard Malcolm Brogdon from the Indiana Pacers. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, the deal includes sending Daniel Tice, Aaron Nesmith, and a 2023 first-round pick, along with Nick Stauskas, Malik Fitz, and Juwan Morgan in exchange for Brogdon. The former UVA star averaged 19 points this past season. By all accounts, plays strong defense and will help bolster the backcourt alongside Marcus Smart. So the Celtics are also reportedly bringing in veteran big man Danilo Gallinari on a 2-year deal. That also according to Woj. Alrighty, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home the Kubota VX series for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $700.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
So why use Toyota service centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing working? No.
Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Get your Toyota ready for that summer road trip. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all summer long. Toyota, let's go places.
Home isn't just about looks, it's how it makes you feel. Calm, or maybe even cozy. And now get up to 72 months, no interest. Experience the difference at Jordan's.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
Young Sheldon, boy genius, an origin story.
Young man, yes, you.
A small-town boy with a delicate palate.
Something's wrong with my sandwich. I'm going to do science on it. It's the bread.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week
on Fox 22.
The $1 Million Music Guessing Game is back.
Beat Shazam!
With the best dad and daughter team.
Dad, do not embarrass me.
Beat Shazam, part of $1 Million Music Mondays on Fox.
Welcome back. Epic movie release dates, animated summer fun on the way, and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin takes a look in the Hollywood Nation.
Movie calendar moves, streaming adventures, and countdown to top TV honors in the Hollywood Nation. J.B. Smoove and Melissa Fumero will announce nominees for the 74th Emmy Awards July 12th on Emmys.com. The two actor-comedians are also co-stars in the upcoming Netflix comedy series Blockbuster. This year's Emmys will be held live from L.A. September 12th, airing on NBC and streaming on Peacock. It's Epic Saga versus Epic Saga Thanksgiving 2023. Dune Part 2 is postponed to November 17th next year. The same release date for the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Also taking its place on the big screen schedule, the MonsterVerse follow-up in the Godzilla vs. Kong series is now set for March 15th, 2024. In today's first looks, it's Netflix picks of summer series and films, including August's Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, Ivy and Bean, and Lost Ollie, about a toy searching for the boy who lost him, with famous voices including Mary J. Blige and Jonathan Groff. The photos were part of a big announcement by the streamer about many kid-friendly adventures in store this summer, the CB Stan Kung Fu Panda the Dragon Knight among them. And a Netflix family summer activity truck making several stops on a U.S. tour starting July 9th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Not sure if all you beer connoisseurs out there will appreciate this one, but nevertheless, a company out of Singapore has created New Brew, a blonde ale made out of recycled sewage water. The country does not have many natural water sources, so it relies on rain, a desalination plant, and recycling sewage water. Now, this new water is filtered and treated with UV light and reverse osmosis to ensure purity and kill any bacteria or viruses. Those who've tasted the product say they couldn't tell where the water came from.
Very interesting. Okay. Well, with months ahead spent at home, kids could run out of things to do. A pediatrician from the Cleveland Clinic offered a number of ways to try to prevent your kids from being bored this summer. Physical exercise like swimming, going to a playground, hiking, or biking are all great ways and great activities to stay healthy and active. Social media is also full of activities offered by local groups in towns that are fun and free of charge. Finally, when some downtime is needed, reading can help to keep young minds active while school is out.
And the holiday weekend is pretty much upon us, and it's important to remember to keep safety in mind when around fireworks this 4th of July. Now, the Consumer Product Safety Commission says fireworks injuries have gone up 25% over the last 15 years. Last year alone, there were an estimated 11,500 fireworks-related injuries treated in emergency rooms. Now, the most commonly affected areas include the fingers, hands, head, face, and ears. The commission urges everyone to follow some safety tips, including never letting young kids ignite or play with fireworks, including sparklers. Do not stand over them when lighting a fuse, and keep a bucket of water or hose handy in case of a fire, and soak any used ones before throwing them out. Also, never try to relight malfunctioning fireworks, and do not use fireworks when drinking.
Definitely
important to remember.
A lot of sage advice there. Having that water on hand just in case
Crucial.
anything goes wrong, very, very important.
And of course, make sure you've made the proper arrangements for your pets as well, keeping them indoors if fireworks frighten them at all. Indoors, windows closed so that they can't get out and run away.
Yeah, another great reminder.
Absolutely, and be mindful of neighbors with issues and with horses as well.
Yeah, check all those off your list. All
Lots
right, well,
to remember.
That's all we got for tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your evening.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
You know what's really interesting? Our customers are just so surprised Bridget didn't recommend just the most expensive mattress. That's because she recommends a series of mattresses that'll fit you at different prices. Come in and meet Bridget.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do rhino linings. We can rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine, inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Is preparing that application. They have not yet submitted it. I'm Amy Robach.
And I'm David Muir. From all of us here at 2020 and ABC News, good night.
Every killer just might think they're pulling off the perfect crime until, well, it's not. Because what's often hiding in plain sight between four walls is the fatal flaw. The new true crime series premieres Thursday night on ABC.
Lucky you, Press Your Luck is back.
I'm going to press my luck.
That is a lot of moolah. Stop!
You're the worst.
Press Your Luck is back. Season premiere Thursday, July 7th on ABC.
This is ABC 7 News at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. First tonight.